come on. What a day. What a day. Did you have a good day? How was your day, my lovelies? Did you have a good day? Did you have a good day, Ranata?
I did, partially.
Yes. Kunal and Sanika, did you
Before
wait?
that,
I'm
what is the
gonna
one? Yeah, one of the why is it partially?
don't give her the opportunity to start complaining. I got the yes and I moved on. Kunal, if you elaborate on it, we're all in a world of trouble. Kunal and Sanika, have you had a good day?
Yup.
Yes.
Great day.
Sanchit, have you had a good day? There we
Fantastic
go.
day.
Hey,
Fantastic.
what a day. India versus England. It's day one at Lord's, the home of cricket, all that pressure. Virat Kohli losing the toss in tradition. Let's start with that. Let's start. There's so much to talk about because for the first time since this series started, we got like a full, what felt like 36 hours of cricket. I mean, it felt like we got a whole day, and that was lovely because we got to see Test cricket played as Test cricket should be played. Let's start with the toss losing. Kunal and Sanika, let's kick off with you guys.
So I feel that as soon as Virat Kohli lost the toss, we realized that okay, it's going as per the script. Like that's how it is supposed to go. And we were expecting a good start, and that's what happened. As soon as Virat Kohli lost the toss.
It is like MI not winning the first match of IPL and Virat not winning the toss.
Yeah, it's supposed to happen.
Good. So you're happy. So you're happy with that. But then when we go into bat, there's obviously going to be some concerns. Sanchit, we're going to bat. The pitch is perfect. It's a wonderful little track. Everything's going to be like, what's it going to be like? How's it going to play? What happened?
I think to be very fair, I think we as fans at some point need to stop expecting two things: Virat Kohli to win a toss and also maybe the 71st century at one point.
Oh.
It's really getting painful at times, but I think today the toss really worked in our favor because batting first is always the way to go forward in Lords, and really a splendid job put up by our openers, both Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. The way they batted in the first hour to see off the new ball and the overcast conditions, and then that over where Rohit Sharma actually attacked Sam Curran, that was actually so satisfying to see, especially after knowing what that kid did to us in 2018. So really a good day for us.
But actually, we heard Kohli say at the start of the game in his pre-match interview, he said if he had won the toss, he would have made them bat first. So he would have given it the other way. Vanata, what would have happened then?
I think that was the strategy. I think everyone wanted that Team India should go and bat first. And that's what we got. And toss went in our way. I mean, we lost the toss. I know the coin is partial. It's going partial because Kohli losing so many toss, maybe he's saving for IPL. But yeah, let's see, because he's been losing like almost all the tosses in past matches. I don't know. It's like 71st century, and the toss winning is just going far away from us. It's like sky and the ground difference. I don't know what is happening. But yeah, toss went in our way, and then we got a good start, and hopefully it's going to be a good day tomorrow as well.
No, I agree. And exactly that. Look, we lost the toss. I love the fact that the conspiracy theorists in all of you lot are saying that, Virat Kohli can strategically lose a toss. But if he had that power, he'd apply that power to the cricket match. But no. He just uses the power to the toss. It's like, okay. He can pick the lottery numbers, but he doesn't. He just wants to pick what color shirt someone's going to be wearing. But this is great. This is exactly what I want to talk about because, yes, we lost the toss. Yes, we were put into bat in those conditions. Almost, everyone considering that was the unfavorable choice in that scenario, considering the pitch. But yet we got a masterclass from our openers. They played so brilliantly, considering all those options. That new ball, didn't we see what Test cricket is all about from openers, Kunal and Sanika?
Totally. I just love the way. Initially when Vanata said she's partially happy because Virat Kohli missed out on a century, I'm partially happy because Rohit missed out on a century as well. And he was very close. The way he was batting, I mean, I'm really happy with the way the Indian openers have stepped up since this series. And since Rohit Sharma has come in, I feel the opening partnership has taken a drastic improvement. I mean, I remember losing a wicket in the first few overs, 6 or 7 overs itself. There was a statistic by some pages as well that within the first few overs, he used to lose 1 wicket. But then since Rohit Sharma has started to open the innings for India alongside any other batsman, The opening stand has really improved a lot, and not losing a wicket till almost 100 runs, even above 100 runs in this match as well. Last match it was 97. It's really commendable, and especially we are a touring side. I mean, this is not our home. I remember Rohit Sharma being called a flat track bully, home bay khelta and everything, but then now I think those all memes can step aside.
Isn't it interesting though that knowing what we know about Rohit and knowing that he is the hitman, and then to see him play like that, that just shows. Sanchit, what does that show? You tell me.
Definitely. I mean, before I answer, I mean, let me just take you back to 2014 when Rohit Sharma was in the squad where during that series, but he did not play the first two games. But after that, he was still new to Test cricket. Then lots of questions were asked about how Rohit Sharma would fare in English conditions and everything else. But I think he has performed really superbly. To be very honest, I think it since the last time I've seen an Indian opener play in this condition really well, I think it was Murli Vijay in that same series. After that, it was very rare to see such a dominant performance from an Indian opener, and now we are getting to see from both ends with KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. I think it's really good signs for Team India going forward in this World Test Championship World Test Championship cycle. And the only negative of today's day was how Pujara batted and the wicket. I felt that he did not need to go for that shot, but it's okay. I mean, he's low on confidence, but overall a great day for India. Even though Virat Kohli missed out on his turn, I know Varnata is really unhappy based on that, but I think he actually played really well as compared to the first game, because he was there in the crucial phase of the game where we were prone to watching our team collapse after a good start. We saw that in the first game, but Kohli ensured that partnership with KL Rahul actually got us to the position that we are now, and really looking forward to see what tomorrow is going to tomorrow what we can expect from Pant and Jadeja, where they'll be given lots of freedom to play their shots.
Just
And
go
talking
for it.
about Virat's century, in first test, he got out on 0. In this test, almost half century.
Yeah.
And so next time it is a century.
So by the time the series progresses to the 5th match, the century is loading. Yeah.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern. You're right.
That's the first place.
And Sanchit, just for the record, we've had some complaints come in. You're not allowed to mention anything negative. That's Vandata's job. So please don't try and steal her limelight. Okay, this is her chance to moan about something when we've had such a great. I'm only kidding, Vandata. You're gonna give me your negative. We're gonna come back to the Pajara, but what was your negative about Kohli? What was your negative?
Positivity. Only.
Okay, sorry.
Positivity. Positive thing was it was from the duck out to 42. I mean, he was looking confident today. There was little of in the start. There was little bit here and there, but then he came back. And as Sanika mentioned, I think it's going to be an arithmetic progression, and 0, 42, and then probably a 90 or 100. That's what I wanted to be, but I don't know how long we should wait. I think we should stop talking about that and let him go and play. And we will celebrate the day he makes 100.
In some respects, we're not desperate for it, because we're doing okay. It was Rohit's highest score outside of India in Test cricket. That's impressive. Where his average score in India is below 30, and here he's hit that. I mean, it's just all come together. Is this just what? Okay, we don't need necessarily Virat to hit the century. If he's managing his team like this, if he's getting inside his players' heads, if he's bringing them all together as he would do as a captain, then he's hitting a century in other ways. Would you not say, Kunal?
Totally agree with that, and even we have to remember that KL Rahul was not really a first option for the opener. There could have been Mayank Agarwal, it would have been Shubman Gill, and in spite these two really good openers not being there, KL Rahul is also a great opener, but then he is not a first choice opener. He wasn't a first choice opener before these two innings. So that being said, it's really commendable the way KL Rahul has stepped up, and Rohit Sharma as well. And a lot has to do with the management, be it Ravi Shastri, because we tend to create a lot of memes on Ravi Shastri, but then the kind of spirit that the Indian team has, he does deserve credit for that, and Virat Kohli as well for leading Team India, believing players since a long time, be it Siraj, Rishabh Pant or KL Rahul as well. Yeah, Varnata.
I think if life gives you opportunity to come back, we should use it like KL Rahul.
Oh, yeah.
Sanchit, once Rohit did fall though, there's always that little fear that we're going to lose a couple more quick wickets.
Yeah.
You just want to tell everybody, tea time and all that's around the corner. We're 150 for 2, at that sort of stage. It was it was a little bit nervy. And then Bichara Pujara, as I say, Bichara Pujara, like it was like it was sad to see. And then I worried. I worried at that but that was our concerns from the beginning as well. That that top order, that 3-4-5, what they're going to do. Sanjay, what do we do with that situation? And is that going to be a problem for us further down the tests in the series?
Well, definitely. I think number 3, 4, and 5 are going to be a huge concern for us in this 5 Test match series, and I am really happy with how number 4 batted in this Test match. But still, lots of concern about number 3 and number 5. We have to see what Rahane has to offer us tomorrow. But what I really liked about how we approached after Rohit's dismissal was in that first partnership between Rohit and KL Rahul, we saw Rohit scoring almost 80% of the runs in that partnership, and KL Rahul was almost around 10 to 15 runs of 100 balls. But when Rohit Sharma got out, KL Rahul took the responsibility on his own, and then he started playing with intent. And in a very quick time, he reached to around 60 or 70 runs in that partnership with Virat Kohli. So I really loved the way how KL Rahul switched gears after Rohit Sharma got out. It was really looking like he had a huge prize on his wicket, and he played that way also. So really happy with how our openers perform so far. And as I said earlier, really gutted for Pujara. I mean, we all want to see him
Yeah.
perform really well, and this could possibly be his last English tour, or maybe the last big tour that he's set to come. So we really want him to do well, but it's really looking bleak for him. So hopefully, a big score is on the horizon for him in the second innings if needed. But I really don't want to see Team India bat, to be honest, because I want to see us posting a big
Yeah.
score and then just wrap it up in 2 innings.
Yeah, man, business done. I understand actually that KO Rahul thing with Rohit going up. He steps up. It's the same when I'm at a party and my wife goes home. She's like, "Oh, I'm done." Then I come to life. Then I'm like, "Hey, shots! Who's doing shots?" That's it. So that was what KO Rahul did. It's basically what he's gone home and he's like, "Ooh, now it's my time to shine." So good on him. I don't think that's an analogy that any other cricket program will be using anywhere on the planet, but that's what makes us Fan Doosra. Let me just mention, talking about our fans, this is the show for the fans, by the fans, courtesy of Bharat Army. KL Rahul, lots of love for him. Hi to Vivek, hi to Omkar, who says, Rohit Sharma finally satisfied to hit a 6 on a short ball over fine leg. Yeah, lovely messages coming in. Please keep them coming in wherever you are watching and listening right now. Tell me though, your thoughts, you guys, on the whole Pujara 3-4-5, what's going on there, where we're at now, and our batting going forward for tomorrow.
So earlier our concern was the openers. I mean, the openers not really getting a strong partnership and the middle order handling it. Now it's the other way around. Like, the openers are doing well, the middle order is not really performing up to the mark. I wouldn't say they're performing badly, but then the kind of confidence that we had in the middle order beforehand, that's nowhere close to what we have in the, like today as well. Like watching Rahane, we were all scared. Last ball itself, we thought he was almost out. Like we were just. So this is not the Ajinkya Rahane we know, the Ajinkya Rahane he used to be. Like he was the most dependable batsman, be it Pujara, be it Rahane, be it Kohli. So right now we are all just concerned. Okay, just don't get out. That's a concern. Score some runs. So we as fans are trying to defend them. I'm not saying they're out of form or anything. That's a different discussion completely. Like Kohli as well scored 37. He might not be in the best of his forms, but this is not. It'll be unfair to say that he's out of form right now. He's just not in the best frame of his cricket right now. That's all I would say. But then there's a lot to improve, and I feel Virat Kohli. And so some people have been suggesting, the order can be changed. Probably Virat can step in at 5 so that there's less pressure. Something. It's all ifs and buts. I mean, I just hope everyone knows their position well, and they know their caliber, and they just have to deliver it properly. So
as the famous line goes, people always say, form is temporary, class is permanent.
Yeah.
The man's got class. Sorry, Varnata, what were you going to say?
I was saying, just a correction, Virat made 42 today.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm just getting sleep,
But Varnata, did he go too easily?
No, it didn't. I mean, it was so scary to watch him bat. I mean, I just closed the TV first 10 balls, and then I was just getting like every ball by ball, and there was Anderson on the other side. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh God, can you please go away for some time? Let him score some runs, and then we'll be back. But then hopefully he carried away from there, and he made some quick runs. And also we were expecting a half century from him, but that didn't happen. So maybe the arithmetic progression he's trying to
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, overall, a solid side. And I think if you had been offered this outcome at the start of the day, I know it's an obvious thing to say, but I feel like it's a confident, happy player. How much more would you want from today, Sanchit? What should it have been? What could it have been?
Actually, if we just look at it from a retrospective, I mean, if you asked me that would you take 276 for three after losing the toss and watching those overcast conditions, I would gladly take that. But if I have to just be a little more greedy about today's outcome, then it would have to be from Pujara. I mean, I really want him to score those big runs and maybe just shut all of the critics up, including me, because I have been criticizing him as well on lots of things. So I'm really hoping to see Pujara come into the action really soon, because it's really wholesome to see our openers performing really well, and also Kohli showing promises of coming back into form with the 42 runs that he scored. So but I made that clear. So so it is only about time that even Pujara will be coming back into the mix. So if Pujara made those crucial 40-50 runs, then it would have been the perfect day for me as well.
Okay, nearly the perfect day. But what was the day like for the Bharat Army fans that were there? Well, lots of our fans, as always with any game in the UK, the Indian fans, I want all of India to know, turn up in force. The Bharat Army are there with our dolls, with our music. Let's catch up with the boys who are at the ground reflecting on a great day's play at Lord's.
Hey guys, end of the first day's play at Lord's. Cracking day of cricket, cracking day for India. How do you find that?
It's very interesting. I also spent time in sketching the Lord's Stadium a bit. So it was really interesting. Yeah,
Good.
if you want to say like this.
Oh, we'll have a look. Yeah. Wow, that's brilliant.
Thank
How
you.
did you find KL Rahul's innings?
KL Rahul was awesome. He played through the day and he scored almost 125 runs, and he carried this flag on his shoulders. Yeah,
It was a brilliant partnership between KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma, and again with Virat Kohli, right?
Yeah, so disappointed that Kohli did not go on to get his half century, but yeah, it was a good partnership both with Rohit as well as with Virat as well.
And if you had to describe KL Rahul's innings in one word, how would you describe it?
I think firstly he's grabbed the opportunity really well,
100%.
and if I had to say something, one word about his batting, like super class batting.
Resilient is what I would say. I
Yeah.
think he was super resilient through the first session. He saw the new ball off with Rohit Sharma, and that set a good foundation for the rest of the day.
No, that's an excellent point, right? Because the first session was really tight.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma was playing very attacking, and when Rohit Sharma got out, KL Rahul
He took over. He stepped up, and looking at the conditions, right? We lost the toss. It was cloudy. It started to rain a bit, and to see through that part was really good, because Anderson on top at that time could have been trouble for India.
Absolutely. And if you had to say what's the target score that we have in mind for the first innings, what are your thoughts?
I think if we get somewhere around 400 would be a good score. I think we need to bat long and bat once. So hopefully if we get 400, we got the likes of Pant and Jadeja in good form. So if we get some runs from the lower order on top of Rane bats, so that'd be really good.
And can KL Rahul make a double century?
I hope so, and I wish so. So, yeah, double century from here will be really good for India. Wish him all the best.
Guys, that's live from Lord's. Come on, India!
Love it. Two things I got to point about that video. Firstly, I like the guy that walked into shot. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Anyway, it took so long to leave. Everything on his face showing the expression, and then at the end, come on India! That one of the guys from the Team India fan group in the middle turned it into a yawn and went, come on India! Yeah, and then it's like, I was like, okay, busted. I know it's a long day. Test cricket is enduring. You have to do it. But again, credit to our batsmen. Credit to the guys that stayed behind with the bat for so long. And Sanchit, tell me, we've had our fair share of disappointments recently. We've had our misery. We've had our so close and why is it not coming together? I want us to all, as fans, just relish in this moment.
Definitely. I mean, if you just look back at the from 2018, where where our dominance in overseas conditions started. There were lots of games that it felt like, oh, we should have won that. Edgbaston comes into my mind, Southampton, and the list goes on. So, and mainly it was the reason of us overly dependent on just one man, Virat Kohli himself. So to see in Team India performing outside of Virat Kohli, I mean, this is really an amazing thing to see. I really have a stat in my mind. It is saying that this is India's first 100 runs opening partnership in Sena countries, South Africa, England, New Zealand, Australia, since 2010 December, where Sehwag and Gambhir scored 137 in South Africa at Centurion. So almost 11 years in the making, and we all know that India team had lots of legends in them. So this could possibly be the best way to start off a new decade, and hopefully a decade of dominance with a by starting off with a series victory in England. So lots of promising signs to come forward from this year onwards.
Oh, Sanchit, I got goosebumps. I genuinely got goosebumps because you think about, we know we've all had a bit of a rubbish 18 months or so, with everything going on in the world, and and now you just told me that we're starting off a new decade. I'm like, oh, it's just a bit of dust. It's a bit of dust. Varnata, your final thoughts again going into tomorrow. What needs to happen? Any concerns? Anything on your mind?
I think we are in a very good position, and from here we can take it. And I think Pant and Jadeja are still yet to come, and hopefully we get to see 350 plus on the board, and we will be good.
Yeah, 350. Kunal, Sanika, you reckon that's likely?
350 plus.
350 plus. At least 350. I mean, 350. Like we are hard. We are already about 260, and we just need less than 90 runs to reach the 350 mark, which was a safe mark before before this match even started. So we'll still stick to 350 and not be, greedy about it, like Sachin said, and expect some 500 runs. Because ideally, we can, if we bat well, we can actually reach that 450 or 500 run mark as well. And if we do that, we'll be very safe, and we can at least say it's very difficult for us to lose from them.
Yeah, and even Vivek here is saying India can score 500 all out. 500 के बाद 500 के बाद all out क्यों चाहिए?
But I feel that Rishabh and Jadeja can play really freely tomorrow if we actually cross the 350 run mark, and that's when they come to bat, or let's say the 400 run mark. But for that, Rahane has to stay for a long time, and that's a big concern.
Yeah, I love it. You know what, Kunal? He's a nice guy. If you want, rewind that little bit back. Look in Kunal's eyes, and that's a big concern. Now, basically, I've got two sons, Kunal and Sanika. Right, I've got two sons. One of them is faster than the other one. One of them picks up things in the other one. But you have to say things in a polite way, like, yeah, we're a little bit concerned about this one, but you did the same thing. You had that fatherly thing, like, I love him, but I'm not very confident. Listen, I just think it's been a lovely day of cricket and a lovely day of Test cricket at Lord's as well. And for us to be sitting here having this conversation with people all around the world, and thank you to everybody who stayed up late in India to watch this. It's been a great day of cricket, and I'm so proud. All right, you know what? Let me just make sure I read this out, make sure I'm not going to say anything silly. Okay, Sanjay's just coming with a last-minute question. He says, question for Varnata and Kunal. If KL manages to get another 100 plus, what would be Team India ka scenario, keeping Jadoo in mind? Again, what's your take? How many 50-plus partnerships can KL and others stand? Varnata.
I think still, let me read the question again once again.
Yeah, I know that's a lot of mathematics just at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't really get it either, but I thought maybe you guys might. So
yeah, but then he's mentioning if KL manages to score another 100 runs. So let's say we are at 260 right now, he scores another 100, so Team India is at 360. And after that, he's expecting Jadeja comes into bat. So what's your take on how many 50 partnerships can KL and others stand? So he's just asking how many 50 plus runs would two batsmen collectively score. So 25 each batsman. That's too difficult.
I should have wrapped the show up. I was about to wrap it up. I was about to, and then I thought, I know. I'm checking with the people. You know what? I won't do that again. Basically, Sanjay's just set an exam question, a maths exam. If KL Rahul goes into a sweet shop and he buys 2 pounds of fudge, how much chocolate is left for Rohit Sharma? That's basically it. we'll turn into like a maths question for the kids. But go on, Vranita, finish it up.
But the final test is just for 350. We are expecting 350. So let's keep it 350. Let's not be greedy.
You're right. We'll be happy with that. We'll roll on day two. We're very much looking forward to it. Thank you, Vranita. Thank you, Sanchit. Thank you, Kunal and Sanika as well. Catch us and the Bharat Army fan group, as well as the good people at Dafa News for our show tomorrow, just before the toss. So join us right here, YouTube, Bharat Army Instagram, Bharat Army Facebook, and come and be a part of the show. And keep your comments coming in, unless, of course, they're maths questions. Okay. Until tomorrow, sleep well, guys. Good night. Thank you.
Bye.